Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Barcelona for Sim Racing Alliance Week 8, the last week of Season 2, where the championship is on the line for our amateur drivers tonight. I'm joined here by two pro drivers, Mr. Douglas Mitchell and Tyler James. Go ahead and talk a little bit if you can, boys.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Pleasure to be back in the booth for the season finale of the AM series. It's going to be a close battle.
Couldn't be happier to join the gentlemen in the commentators box this evening. Super stoked for the finale of Season 2. The pros had an absolute shutout last night, and I'm hoping for the same tonight from the AMs. A lot of nervous energy in the air about tonight's race, so let's looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and Barcelona is a great track to race on for such a last race for the championship here. A lot of close battles to be done, and these Formula One tracks are always a good fit for close type battles, bumper to bumper. A lot of chances for overtakes and close driving that is very entertaining to watch. I'm really looking forward to tonight. As we get started here, we're in the qualifying session for our amateurs, where, as is normal for the Season 2, we're sending out half of the grid in the first 15 minutes, and the second half of the grid will qualify in the second 15 minutes.
Hey, Evan, you might want
Yes.
to check your picture-in-picture settings and make sure that they are working. Are you capturing the...
There it goes.
There it
There we
goes.
go. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. It's just qualifying, so...
Alrighty, so as we get started here, you guys looking for a particular driver to take the win tonight, and anybody you're particularly rooting for?
So, who am I picking and who am I rooting for? Well, I mean, it's hard to pick against Joshua Arnold. He's almost got an 80 or 90 point lead on the championship. So, he seems like a shoe-in to win the ship. But for the race tonight, he's also in the Audi, which is super strong here. But he's got a 30 kilogram ballast, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna take the safe bet and go with him, just because he's shown he's got crazy pace and very consistent. I don't think I've seen him make a major mistake this season. So that's my pick for the championship and for the race tonight.
Douglas?
Honestly, I'm thinking Daehee Yoon is going to come out, and he's already in P3 for qualifying right now. I think that he's been so consistent in the latter portion of the season. I can't not pick him. He's been a showstopper. And to Tyler's point, Joshua Arnold's got the championship on lock. Maybe he's lacking a little bit of motivation. Maybe he's just going to cruise around a little bit, give someone else a fair shot at taking the podium today in his place. But needless to say, it's going to be hot and heavy for the last bit of the season here.
Speaking of that, just to give a little context, I'll switch over to our standings as they come into this last round. Joshua Arnold is sitting on top with a commanding 78-point lead. It is going to take something spectacular for any other driver to leapfrog him here for the championship. But anything is possible. We got Daehee Yoon sitting in P2 with 499 points. Jose Toledo also close by with the P3 standing in 487 points, and even 3 points behind him, Jess Osborne is sitting with 484. So anything is possible tonight. You never know. Joshua Arnold is a very consistent driver with plenty of pace, but you really can't count out any of these other guys. They're also plenty fast, and also, as they've proven through the whole season, very consistent drivers that are able to put it on the podium any given night. So we'll see what happens here.
Evan, I want to call out that the chat is rooting for Jason Allen. We got some Jason Allen fans. Got the Jason Allen fan club in the house, so I wouldn't mind seeing a fan favorite win tonight either. I'm sorry, Jason. I meant Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
No, you were right. It's Jason Allen and Joshua Arnold, but them being teammates and having the exact same initials definitely throws off the game here. But for the Jason, oh, no, we have Josh Allen. What in the world?
We have a Josh Allen fan in the chat, but it
Yeah,
is
but
definitely
it's Joshua Arnold and Jason Allen.
maybe he's rooting for the team of Josh Allen and Josh Arnold and Jason Allen. Now he's got me all tongue-tied. I'll be saying the names wrong all night. Thanks for that.
Let's just call them the Flying Aces. And speaking of team championships, they're right there on the screen.
Secured.
Commanding lead, the Flying Aces of the Audis there. There's no stopping those two.
Absolutely. I don't even think it's mathematically possible for them to lose the championship here, even if they just park the car and retire lap 1. I think they already have the team championship secured.
The cars could burst into flames on the starting grid, and then they'd still win.
Yeah, and honestly, that was not my pick at the beginning of the season. Josh Arnold came out of nowhere and dominated. My pick was actually for Hasta La Vista, but seeing them in a tight battle for P2 and P3 is exciting to see.
All right, we will go ahead and kick it back to our live feed here, watching Nathan Schaefer, who I think last week he actually put up a pretty good result. Do you guys happen to have last week's results up?
I can pull it up here.
Who did you want to talk about? Nathan Schaefer?
I think Schaefer actually did. He
P9. P9 last week.
Not bad. I know he's also a driver that's sneaky fast, and he's able to put it up there on the grid as he puts himself up into P8 in qualifying. Not a bad lap to start with there.
I'm happy to see Damiani on provisional pole, but Damiani has had some unfortunate luck throughout the season, and so if he can qualify up at the top right there and hold it together, I would be ecstatic to see him have a podium finish, and a race win would be, even sweeter to put a nice ending to his season, which has been a very bumpy start, to say the least.
Really has been. I always root for the guy. He's a great dude. Play some games outside of ACC with him, and you're right, he is just unlucky when it comes to race nights where we know he's fast, but the results and championship standings don't necessarily reflect that. And 45-2 out of Damiani, that's a solid time for our AM field. I think if anybody could put it on pole, it's going to take something crazy here with so much heat on the track. It's very hot here for qualifying, and I'm expecting it to be very hot for the race as well, where grip is at an absolute premium. The tires are very slippy when they get overheated, and it's very easy to do on this high-speed track where there's a lot of high-speed right-handed corners where the left side tires will be absolutely roasting and begging for grip.
Damiani probably put in his best lap ever because he's been in the pits for quite a while. I mean, he put in a banger of a lap, and he's like, yep, that's it, I'm done. He's only done 3 whole laps this entire qualifying, whereas the rest of the grid have done 5 or 6.
He is sitting up over half a second on Dae-hee Yoon, who's the next driver up, and I kind of respect it. I mean, he might know his abilities, and if he doesn't think he can beat it, might as well save his energy and put it towards the race.
We've got Aidan Grover, who's actually in the last sector right now, almost a half a second up on his time. He's been a newcomer. He's been extremely active in the community. I'd love to see him also do well this race. He's had some unfortunate luck, but also had some good races, and he's over 6/10 now. He's gonna move up at least 1 position. Yep, he moves up 1 position. Yep, it's close to the Carlos Guzman.
Evan, can you check up the broadcasting filter for the cameras? That way we can get some extra info on the screen here.
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Normally when you got the broadcasting screen on, it has like the different time in the session and the map and stuff like that for the race control, right? Or am I just making stuff up? If it doesn't show up during qualifying, I could be making stuff up entirely. That could be a thing too.
I will investigate that.
In the meantime, we can talk about how Hasta La Vista is in P1 and P2. So Tyler's pick for the season, definitely putting on a strong showing for the latter portion of our season here. And Jess Osborne is looking to really round out his season on the podium for the championship, comfortably in P3 at the moment.
He might take provisional pole right here if he can hold it together. Oh no, it's a bad last corner. Oh, he was up 5/10, and now he's only going to improve by less than a tenth. He lost half a second in that last corner. Oh, and he just barely improved on his time. Oh, that, you know, he's going to be hating himself for that. And that was still the best. Oh no, that was because he had the best middle sector of anybody on the qualifying right as of right now. All right, I'm hopping back on board with Schaefer because he is also in the third sector, and he's approaching the third sector, and he's up over a tenth. See if he can improve here. And you've got on the main screen one of the Audis. I think that's who is that? Doug? Jitesh?
Yeah, he's got Jitesh there in the 528 Audi. The Exhilarate Audi team.
That Audi is so fast.
It is fast.
We were driving in the pro race yesterday and in the BMW, which is not the fastest car on the straight, but it's no slouch. And we were getting absolutely walked on by these Audis, like we were just standing still. The recent BOP adjustment really gave it some extra legs, and it's showing proudly.
All right, this is everybody's final lap. Jitesh, can he improve? He's up 3/10. He was up 5/10 coming into that corner, but yep, and he comes out 5/10 ahead. That's good. Oh, 5/10 would move him up to P9, I think. Provisional P9. Let's see. He's going to move up. Yeah, provisional P9. Way to go, Jitesh. And that'll be his last lap of this session. Should be his last lap. I don't know what he's... Yeah, he's pulling over.
He just wanted to pick up some of the marbles there for the fellow drivers coming out next. What a gentleman.
Yeah, the weight. He's got to, make sure he meets weight when he goes back into scrutineering. And so we're moving on to the second half of qualifying, because the only other driver out there from the first is Tyrell Foster, and he's not improving on his time at the moment. So everybody else is on their outlaps. So let's walk through them really quick. Evan, who should we watch out of this group?
I know there are plenty of Rimzik fans in the chat that usually turn up every week, as well as Colin Shea, both in the McLarens. I know they're both plenty fast and competitive guys that put in a lot of practice and usually put up good results in the race. I think the McLaren isn't necessarily suited that well for this track. It's a well-balanced car, but if I recall from the pro race last night, I don't think a McLaren put it up that high in the standings. Am I wrong?
That's because there wasn't a single McLaren racing yesterday.
Oh, well, that explains it. I guess I will retract all that and say maybe we're looking out for one of these guys to put it up real high here in qualifying and do well in the race. We'll have to see.
Well, they need to show us how it's done. I know that you talked on different fan bases. I know Paul A. Hartman has a big fan base, and they always tune in. He was a new face, or rather a new voice in the commentator's booth yesterday that we really appreciated having. and he's looking to set a fast one here as he builds a little bit of a gap in front of him. I spoke with him before the race, and he was trying to decide between whether or not he wanted to take tires or not as a strategy in the race, and he really didn't come up with a decision. So I'm interested to see what the McLaren gang decides to do. But Evan, we're on the start-finish straight here. Let's talk us through a lap as he starts it here.
Sure thing. Hard braking down here into turn 1. Got to hit that right apex, swing it back to the left. And here, this turn 3 is all about throttle control and picking it up at the right time. It's easy to understeer and start pushing on those left tires, which you'll need for the rest of the lap. Long sweeper here, same thing. Gotta time the throttle on exit to not upset the car. Got an interesting downhill brake here. Tuck it in, slam the gas down. Short little run here into what I think is one of the trickiest corners on the track. You can elect to hop that curb on the left. Hartman doesn't decide to. Get the balance right, huck it into the right-hander over the crest. And here you get a little bit of a break before you go back to a hard braking zone into this left hairpin, getting down to first gear there. Watch out for that dip on the left. Patient on the throttle. You can hear him wait and pick it up there at the very last second. And watch out for the sausage curbs everywhere in this last tight chicane. Nicely navigated there from Hartman. Full throttle out here to the finish. He's going to put up a pretty nice lap here, I believe. He does P3.
Wow.
I was gonna say while watching that, I don't think he put a foot wrong.
No.
So I'm not surprised to say that he got it up that high. It looked like a really great lap.
Now, very smooth driving there from Hartman. Like I said, this track is all about maintaining grip and not over driving the car with the throttle. It is so easy to push the car and scrub those tires, and speed is at an absolute premium, but you can't get too excited and over push it on a track like this, especially with the temperatures being so hot. If you scrub the tires at all, they will be screaming by the end of the lap.
So Josh Arnold did just take provisional P3 away from Hartman, but still 4/10 off of provisional pole. Got Colin Shea on a banger of a lap. He's up 7/10 on his time. And Rimzik's up 8/10 on his time. See if any of these gentlemen can put it up there. If Colin keeps this, he'd be right there in the podium spots. So let's see if he can make this last sector count. Oh, he's already lost a 10th.
Hopping on with the other McLaren that we were talking about before, Hesham Rimzik up a few tenths on his lap that would push him up a couple of positions here with only a couple turns left to go.
Colin Shea and Rimzik are teammates, and Shea puts it on P4, provisional P4. Let's see what Rimzik can do. Rimzik will probably move up a couple of spots. Oh no, he just lost. Oh, he lost so much time.
Yeah, it didn't quite hit the apexes there through the last sector, and doesn't improve as much as he had in the tank there, unfortunately. Speaking of that, though, yeah, Toledo is on an absolute screamer here with half a lap to go, already up about 7/10 on his previous lap time.
With a 9/10 delta to P1, that's pretty comforting.
He's improving on his time by 4/10 at the moment. He's coming into this sharp hairpin that Evan was talking about. Looks like he hops a little bit of curb, but he has a great exit. And he leaves that corner with another 10th advantage. And here's the trickiest part. I mean, this is where you just see those time deltas just either melt away or they pick up a ton of time because they haven't put in a good sector yet. But he's improving drastically here. Up 7/10 as he exits that corner. 7/10 would put him in a podium spot. Let's see. Where's he gonna go? P3.
Wow.
Jose Toledo.
By 100th over Arnold. Incredible.
He wants to stay in the championship podium, and that's all right there on that lap. Good performance.
I can tell you his legs were shaking as he was coming around those last couple of corners. Just like hold it together, keep it clean. Let's see here. Where is Jose in our championship standings? Jose was P3 right now. So yeah, Jose needs a really good race.
Tyler, can you remind all of our viewers what's at stake with this AM Championship when it comes to next season?
Oh, everything. I mean, everything is at stake. I mean, if you lose this, you lose your firstborn children, you lose your house. I mean, these guys have put up everything to try and win this. But
Racing is
also,
expensive.
if they do win and they increase their driver rating, their SRA rating, they will get the pleasure of getting to get their butts handed to them by some of the fastest guys on Earth. They'll get promoted into the Pro League next season, and man, oh man, that is a scary thought. So just to give you reference, our current pole sitter for the AM is sitting at a 45.2. I believe last night's was a 43?
It was a 43.8 if I recall.
43.8. Yeah.
If I recall, Tyler and I, you and I were like just in the 44s with like a 44.8 or a 44.9. And we were in P10 and 13th, I think.
Yeah. And we were sitting 1-2 in the championship at the time. So that just kind of shows you how the pace of those pros. And so all these guys who are fighting to do really well tonight, they're basically fighting to go through some punishment next season, or to get pushed to get even better, which is how I like to see it. They're gonna take on a new challenge next season, and you'll see them in the 43s next season in Barcelona.
No, you say some of these guys like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, I was gonna say, while it's talking, did Colin Chase snipe back P3? Is that what I'm seeing?
He did.
Sneaky, sneaky.
We've got Jess in the chat rooting for himself. So in between hot laps, he's making sure to hit up the comment section and say, "Go for me, cheer for me."
I'll cheer for Osborne. You can make that too.
You know, and Aidan even said, you know, hey, his diploma's on the line. He wagered his diploma on this this season. So yeah,
That's a big bet. High risk, high reward there.
yeah. The Damiani's in the chat. Damiani, you know what? Do you guys want to hop down and talk to Damiani, the provisional pole sitter?
Take it away, Evan.
Let
Evan,
us hop down.
I can move you down.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's Paul.
Boys, how are we feeling watching these qualifying times come in?
We just saw the provisional pole taken away from Damiani, which is sad to see.
It is.
Oh.
But, it was a little bit anxious watching them get closer and closer and closer. I'm like, am I actually gonna stay up here for the start of the race?
Yeah.
Now, Josh, I've got a question for you. Did you put in like the best lap of your life and then just park it in the pits and say, I'm done? Because you only did 3 laps.
Yes, I hit that lap, and that was 0.6 faster than I had gone in any of my practice sessions, and said, yep, I'm definitely not going any faster than that.
I knew it. I knew it. Oh,
Mind
that's
of a
awesome.
champion.
That's awesome. Well, Dehi, you're on the cusp. You're 2/10 away from the guy behind you. Colin and Toledo are neck and neck.
Yep, and I have a feeling I might get overtaken at the start. So, story of my life this season.
Get those elbows out.
Stick some of that ballast weight out of the side of the car.
Yeah, it hurts the slightly uphill start, I think, but it'll be fine. It's gonna be a race of attrition, so I'm just looking to put my head down and conserve the tires and see what happens.
Hey,
That's
Are
the
you guys
truth.
comfortable telling us your strategy on tires? Are you taking them or are you gonna forego it?
Yeah,
Not
there's
taking it
wait. There are definitely AMs listening to this, so this is not a safe space to talk about strategy.
We are totally taking tires, M Division. We are totally taking tires.
We're
you going-
taking 2 sets of tires.
Oh, the
Yeah.
double pit stop. Wow. Okay.
For the good old Ferrari 2-stop.
That'll be fascinating. All right, well, boys, we'll leave you to it. Continue discussing strategy. Just figured we'd hop down during qualifying and talk to you about that provisional pole that you just lost as we joined in.
That's
commentator's
okay.
curse
Commentator's
strikes.
curse at its best.
All right, boys, good luck.
All right,
Have a good
hope you
one.
can put on the show.
All right.
Man, as we were getting moved there, Jason Allen sniped the top time and put it on pole, so that moves the Hostel Vista boys from 2-3 down to 3-4. They will be starting on the second row as it stands.
Goodness gracious.
Well,
All
don't
right,
forget to share your screen, Evan, and get the picture-in-picture set back up.
And we're getting a little bit of feedback too that my hotel laptop setup is still a little quiet, so dial it up a little bit if you don't mind. The crowd just loves me. They love me.
All
Who said
right,
that?
made a couple of adjustments. We'll see how that goes.
I've never heard anybody say that they love you, Doug, including your dad.
That's why he went to go get ice cream and never came back.
I can't blame him after spending years with you.
You haven't left yet.
I've tried. But then you roped me into starting a sim league, and I can't let the boys down. That's the problem. All right, well, we've hit the final timer of qualifying, so everybody's on their final lap. And while we were talking about Doug's dad not loving him and leaving him, just Jason Allen sniped P1. Josh Arnold's now in P2, and Josh has invalidated his time, so he's not going to improve. The Jose Toledo is way off the pace. It is now up to, or not Jose Toledo, Colin Shea. It is now up to Jose Toledo, who right now is on pace for provisional pole. He is flirting with it. He is 3/10 down on pole, and his current pace, he is improving by 3/10. So this is an important last set of corners right here. Oh, it looks like he might have got a little bit wide. He just lost all that time. Oh no. Oh, now he's trying to make. Oh no. Oh, that was a pole lap right there.
A little frustrating there. Had a real chance of putting it on pole, but all things considered, P5 isn't a terrible place to start on this track. There will be plenty of traffic coming into turn 1, and he might be able to find a lane through there.
Yeah, but P1 would have been better. I mean, then he would have been clear of all the traffic.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Well, can't count him out entirely.
Let's see who else is still. Well, this is Dan Meyer, and he was not improving on his time. So that is your qualifying order. And boys, if you forgive me, I'm gonna step away and I'm gonna get a beer. But unlike Doug's dad, I will be back. Don't you doubt it, okay? I'll be right back.
Evan, go ahead and check up the SRA logo while we have a chat here and these drivers get their setups dialed in. I'm thinking that while these drivers are getting their setups dialed, your HUD settings might be the situation here, and you might be able to turn on the track map and all that extra stuff, so we have some juicy information.
Gotcha,
like circuit
gotcha.
map right there. Yeah. Session info, all that good stuff. Oh yeah. Lap time, all that good stuff.
There we are. Good call on that.
Yeah, you can change the track to the full map so people get the full deal, and then we are golden.
Alrighty, we kind of flirted talking about strategy here tonight. I think for the pro race, I believe only 2 drivers took tires last night. But for these amateur drivers, do you think taking tires in the pit window is going to be advantageous over running on the same set for the full hour? Or what do you think is the move here?
I think it comes down to the confidence level of each driver independently, right? So a lot of these drivers in the AM division struggle with punishing their tires because they're pushing the car a little too hard to extract more time, which is actually counterintuitive in racing, believe it or not. Smooth is fast, is what they say. And when you're pushing the car beyond the tires' limits, you're not only damaging your tires, but you're also typically a little bit slower. So, I was just going to say, in brief, that I think that you're going to find quite a few drivers are going to snag some tires in the pits because the confidence may not be there to push for the full 60 minutes, despite losing that extra 30 seconds. But I think that buys you a lot of comfort being able just to push as much as you want for the full race, as opposed to managing your very sensitive tires.
Well, what do you think if we bring in the front row up here and we talk about it while they're warming them up?
We can try that.
I'll do that. Jason Allen, Josh Arnold, front row. Talk me through that crazy qualifying. I mean, I thought Josh, I thought you might have sniped P1, and then your teammate comes and takes it right back from you.
Oh yeah, glad he did. That's awesome. I love the. I get used to these front row lockouts with Jason here.
You think you're going to be able to carry that on next season?
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Josh, are you gonna really attack your teammate here? Are you gonna maybe yield to him since he's got the inside and he's got the position? Or are you gonna try and maybe try to pull a gap on him into the first corner?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I definitely don't want to attack him or ruin either of our races, so just want to keep it clean and do well by each other.
Yeah. Nathan, taking tires, or are you gonna try and do it all on one set?
We're gonna stay out and do one set and mess with traction control a little bit. My one goal is to beat Colin Shea for my 6th place in the championship. So.
Ooh,
Call
there we
out.
go. We've heard it. All right, Colin Shea. We'll keep an eye out for that battle. All right. Well, just to give you guys some insider information, we did talk to Dahi and Josh Damiani, and they're actually going to do a double pit stop, and they're going to take tires twice this race. So keep that in mind.
I don't believe you, but maybe you're right.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. Good luck with your race.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks, Howard.
Great couple of guys there. Always fun to talk to those guys. Tyler, if you wouldn't mind hitting drive on your picture-in-picture so we can get a nice clean view of the grid. And we're starting to double up here into the final chicane. They're encroaching the start-finish straight, gentlemen.
Yeah, here we go. Hour left of driving left in the season. Got to lay it all on the line here. Championship is for battle. If Joshua Arnold can put together a clean race, he will secure it. But you never know. We got a whole hour of race here on Barcelona. Anything can happen, and a lot of these guys will be pushing as hard as they can. Green, green, green. We're off. Hour-long race. Week 8 season closer. Here we go. Looks like those Audi boys in the front are taking off already.
That's Osborne getting a crazy start. Oh no, we saw Grover in the back.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, Grover, where are you at? I'm trying to find you so I can get a replay. We got the replay
Definitely
down in the.
some Yeah, there was some 4 wide action at the start, and it just wasn't enough room for everybody sticking their elbows out. To Evan's point, the Audis are getting away clean, and it looks like Jess Osborne and another, I think that's Colin Shea up front, really clean. Tyrell Foster has a moment. He saves it.
Kept it out of the wall, but he's losing some spots fast there.
Now he has to find a way to get back on track with all this traffic. The front of the pack is starting to line up and getting seated in their own position.
But did anybody see what happened to Damiani? He's down in P16. Another unfortunate start for him. He went from P3 down to P16.
I didn't catch what happened to him. The front looked like it was relatively clean, so I don't know what would have happened.
I think it was just an off track.
Maybe.
He has the pace, and now the differential between him and the people around him is going to make things really, really sketchy. As we see cars bumping each other. Really.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Will Forsley and Tyrell Foster going side by side through that entire last section. Crazy to see them both keep it together, and so did, is that a Bentley boy? That looked like a Bentley boy and one of the Ferraris going side by side, but I couldn't tell.
It looks like Jacob Wolfman in the mix.
Oh boy. Ricky Rios looking at Hartman, getting a little loose there. Gonna go side by side through turn 3. Backs out and gives him the inside. Falls back to P7. Not far behind, we have Toledo, who's fallen back to P11. I'm not sure what happened there. He's fallen back 6 positions already after qualifying 5th on the grid.
He and Dahey qualified near each other. Maybe they had a coming together, and that's what caused both of them to sink back in the grid.
He does have a ballast, so I would not be surprised. Is that Toledo putting a move on the Audi?
That was very cleanly done over Rodriguez there. Nice move by Toledo, getting back up to P10 there. So we have his teammate Ricky Rios going back after Hartman, sends it up the inside into the hairpin and gets it done.
Oh, an accordion!
Oh, I'm catching that in the wing view. Oh no.
Oh no, we got a Porsche just take out a McLaren. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it is mayhem in the midfield right now.
That was Hoskin that got taken out. And it was Tyrell Foster coming together with someone. Oh, they're going 3 wide in the last 2 corners. Oh my goodness. Now they're going 2 wide. Oh my gosh. They kept it clean. They showed some sense and backed out, realized that, hey, it's only lap 2 or 3. We don't need to be going 3 wide. We can file in single file and continue to battle. Oh, but we've got a train of 4 in the back with, who is that? Rodriguez, Formigo, Forsley, and Constantine. Oh,
it's the last race in the season. They're hungry for these points.
Damiani is going off down here, picture in picture. Who are you on board with, Evan? What's going on up there?
I'm back with this battle for P6. Ricky Rios and Hartman, they've been battling back and forth, swapping a couple of positions. Rios finds himself behind Hartman again, but he is close and you know he has the advantage in some of these corners. We move back up the field. Osborne is getting close on Colin Shea. Battle for P3. Oh, dips the left side tires in the grass. Might surrender a position to Dahey on the outside here.
Yeah, Dahey and is going side by side with Jess Osborne.
Dahey tries to send it around the outside, but runs over that sausage curb, falls back in line. Lucky for Osborne there, little bobble, another little bobble there. Dahey looking up the inside, once again backs out.
In the meantime, all this battling is just letting the 2 Audi flying aces drive off, building a little bit of a gap.
You're right, as Jason Allen takes the fastest lap of the race, building that gap very early here, and good for the Flying Aces. You can see down the front straight there, building a very safe gap over the rest of the field. We talked about how these Audis were quick on the straights and got that power bump, and it is showing off for sure.
And we might have 3 wide with Jacob Wolfman, Constantine, and Formigal going into turn 1. Oh no, they sorted themselves out a little. And Wolfman and Constantine. Oh my gosh!
It's a pile up.
No!
Absolute mayhem.
Oh, looks like the Audi was just a little offline there and a little under speed, and the cars behind just didn't expect the pace difference there and played a little bumper cars, caused an accordion, and this will continue on here into turn 4 as they've filed back into line.
These cars are full of fuel, and they're hot and heavy. These drivers are pushing the cars to the absolute limits, and they're finding that that friction is leading to some incidents here.
This is really where all your battling is going on. Is here in the back of the pack, because the top 10 are pretty much... Oh, Hartman went off. Hartman just went off track. He lost 2 positions.
He did. He gives the positions to the 2 Aston teammates, Ricky Rios and Jose Toledo, slipping by there for their P6 and P7 respectively.
The midfield on your map is just so linked together, it's insane.
It is. This train is half a second car to car to car and on and on.
From P13 down to P21, everyone is essentially within a second of each other. There's a tiny gap between 17 and 18. But other than that, they are all going at it.
I do see a couple cars in the pit lane. They limped back to fix some early damage. That's just sad news.
That is sad. We see Grover, who got bumped off the track there at the start of the race, and then Jacob Wolfman, who was caught up in that incident later on in turn 1 as well, both diving into the pits to fix some damage. Must have been bad enough to think that running until the pit window was too risky with that damage and was going to lose too much pace. Better to fix it now and just take the hit.
You got 2, 4, 6 cars all together in this little train right here, led by I am pretty sure that's a BBC out front of that train.
That is Mr. Gavin Thomas in the purple Bentley leading this train. Looks like Dan Meyer behind in the Audi has a little bit of damage on his front end. Who he qualified quite well considering his usual performance, but we'll see if he can keep this position with that damage until the pit window and get that fixed up.
This train has a bunch of different types of cars in it, and they're going to have different advantages on certain parts of the track and disadvantages elsewhere. So it's going to be difficult to navigate cleanly as you see the accordion effect. The mid-engine cars getting around the fast bits really well, and then the front-engine cars gripping up in the high-speed stuff.
There's a second train behind them, led by Hohenberger in the Audi. And we've got Rimzik about to put a move on Hopkin. He's going for the inside coming into turn 1. You can check it out down in your picture-in-picture. And he is able to get the move done, and so does the guy behind him. Is that Schaefer getting a move on Guzman? Oh, but then they're fighting back? Yeah, no, I think Schaefer was able to hold on to it. Hartman and Damiani are battling. Sorry, go ahead, Evan.
I'm catching a 4-car train here going 2 by 2. Oh. It's Formigal, Forsling, Martinez, and Constantine.
One of those cars put tires in the grass, and I thought they weren't going to be able to brake in time. I thought they were going to spear somebody at the apex.
That was looking sketchy there for a second, but they filed back.
want to call attention to the battle at the front. We've got Colin Shea within half a second of Joshua Arnold. So we'll keep an eye on that. But with this four-way battle right here, there's going to be some action that you see. I'll keep the picture-in-picture on the drivers up front so you don't miss that.
Grover's in the chat saying that he has quit the race. He's DNF'd his own car after the collision. Sad days for our boy Grover.
It's frustrating when you don't even make it to turn 1. But that is racing. Take it with the good and with the bad. Oh!
Some situations like that. Jose Guzman I saw started from the pit lane at the beginning of the race, and he's in P22 now. He's going to hope for a good recovery drive.
He started in the pits. Gotta press drive. Evan, can we get the heli view so that we can kind of see the everybody that's around him? Like there's like 4 or 5 cars that are within a second. Let's see here.
So we'll move back up. The leader of this train, Formigal, is caught back up to Dan Meyer ahead, bringing this 4-car train back to that 6 that we saw earlier.
Wait, did Damiani start in the pits? It says he's overtaken 18 positions. That he started in P26.
Not sure what happened there. I thought he qualified pretty well.
That would be the only explanation for him overtaking that many people and starting that far back, as if he didn't click drive in time.
Well, him and Gavin Thomas are 2 big movers that have increased their position. Gavin started P24. He's up to P12. That's an increase of 12 positions. And then some of the people that have lost out big time is Hoskin and Carlos Guzman. Hoskin's lost 13 position. Guzman's lost 14 positions.
Jumping on with Daehee Yoon here, fighting with Jess Osborne for P4. Daehee hanging off the back of him, about 3/10 behind.
We gotta move.
I went back in the stream and I don't see Damiani at the front. He must have started from the pits.
You know, that is just his luck.
There are a lot of subtle details that sim racing requires, from engine map, traction control, clicking drive, and your setup with the fuel and the tires. All these little variables, and just one can lead to disaster if you don't overlook it.
We've got a 3-way battle for P18 right now with Rimzik, Guzman, and Jitesh all going into that hairpin of, does that turn like 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4. They're running side by side. Evan Collin is looking closer than ever on Josh.
He is catching up there in Sector 3. We thought these Audis were pulling away, but Colin Shea is making up the difference and putting himself right on that rear bumper of Josh Arnold.
Being in the toe of the Audi in front takes away the Audi's advantage of being faster in the straight.
And now that I'm thinking about it, Arnold probably has a ballast, right? I don't think Colin Shea has a ballast.
I believe that is correct.
So that also hurts the Audi's top speed. You know, I'm going to hop on board with Daehee. Daehee's now 2/10 on Jess.
Arnold should have a 30 kilogram ballast. Daehee should have a 20 kilogram ballast. And Hartman should have a 10 kilogram ballast.
Oh, as we say that, Hartman draws a yellow flag. He's facing sideways there, and the left-hander a little further back.
Hit that replay button, Evan. Let's see what happened. Hit that 30 seconds. Oh no,
Oh.
what happened?
Not sure what happened there. Sorry about that.
Did you hit the 60?
I thought it was changed, but I guess. Not sure what happened there.
That's all right.
Sorry about
no
that.
worries.
No big deal. He just got a little extra screen time, a little extra love.
Dahi and Jess are battling right now. Dahi is on Jess's tail. Dahi's gonna have the advantage on the straight. This BMW is slow on these straights, and you have to run a high wing here. Let's see if he's close enough. He's within a tenth to make a move. He's signaling. He's going down the inside. Let's see if Jess leaves him room. Dahi sends it, makes the corner. Jess goes a little bit long. These two guys are fighting, and they've brought Jose Toledo back into the battle. Jose is now, we've got a little three-way train at with Dahi, Jess, and Toledo.
There
we
are
got a-
pockets of battles all over the track at the moment.
Yeah, and then Evan just popped a call on Shay. Go ahead, Evan, tell us about that one.
Colin Chase still hanging off the back of Josh Arnold here, and they're approaching a purple Bentley here in just a few seconds. We'll see if this has an impact on the order here for the top three.
Oh no, we just missed it. Damiani just contacted, I think it was Rios, and he had to let him by, but it took a little bit of damage.
Damiani fighting up to P8 from the pits, though, is pretty miraculous. He's got to be one of our best winners in the race right at the moment. Do you guys have any other tabs on the big winners and big losers at this stage in the race?
Well, without a doubt, Damiani's the biggest winner, but not far behind. Gavin Thomas in a purple Bentley is up 11 positions, sitting P13 after qualifying in 24th.
Ladies and gentlemen, check your picture. Oh no! Oh man, we're gonna watch this replay. Hold on 1 second. Watch this. They are. Look down in your picture-in-picture. We got 4 wide coming into this hairpin. And that makes it awkward for the next corner, and then all 3 of them just suffer. Oh man. You hate to see it.
This is a wide track, but I feel like some of these AM drivers are pushing the limits of what would otherwise be a pretty manageable track in terms of width.
I think we noticed this last night, Doug, and it's because it's so wide, you feel invited to go along the outside somewhere, or to go up the inside, and it creates some really difficult racing. And you know, last night was no different. We had problems left and right.
The track is wide, but there's only one true racing line that's gripped up.
Jose Toledo just put a move on Jess Osborne. And the purple Bentley is doing its best to get out of the way and not affect racing, but did slow up Jess a tiny bit. Nothing big, though. Sorry, Doug. Go ahead and say what you're saying.
Yeah, you're fine. So there's only one gripped up part of the track, so whoever's on that section is going to have more of an advantage when passing. And then the track has a lot of off-camber turns, so there's less grip, even though it looks inviting to go wide. There's a lot less grip out there.
And Colin and Jess, I don't want to know what their chair smells like right now, because they are sweating like crazy with how close they've been battling since the get-go. They've definitely got some soaked racing
There
chairs.
we go.
And look at the move down the inside. Colin says, "I'm tired of this.
Wow.
I need to chase down Jason Allen." Sorry, Evan, go ahead.
That's a beautiful move there from Colin Shea, taking the inside, making it stick and hugging that apex. finally gets past Joshua Arnold there, and we'll see. We were talking earlier, this McLaren actually might be the winner on this track.
I think he's going to chase down Jason. I mean, Josh has done the best job he could. Josh Arnold has done the best he could for his teammate by creating a 4 or 5 second gap to give him some breathing room. But Colin Shea just determined. I mean, he's been on the tail of Josh Arnold and put a beautiful move on him, and I think he's probably going to pull a second gap here soon.
We'll see.
Who called out Colin Shea in the race interviews?
Was that Arnold?
I think it was. I'm not writing the script
No,
here.
that was Alan. That was Alan.
You're right.
Okay, well,
Oh, that is huge.
so he's coming for him. Target's on his back now. Let's see what he can manage.
Let me check the standings really quick. Jason Allen and Colin Shea are separated by 4 points. By 4 points in the championship right now. So,
That's your battle on track right now.
and Allen has the advantage, so he's up by 4 points. But if Colin wins this, he's secured it. If he can chase him down, so we'll see if Allen can hold it together. But Joshua Arnold playing the team game, Doug. I mean, he's had a wide Audi all race.
We did question the Flying Aces' sportsmanship amongst each other in previous races. Tonight it's showing that, as we see a car spin.
What?
Oh no!
Gavin gets taken out by Toma Constantine. Gavin's trying to get the car around. Come on, get it going.
Oh, we were just talking not long ago about how Gavin Thomas was a big winner in this race, and looks like he's dropping a few positions there, falling back to P19. Unfortunate to see. That was similar to that situation we saw earlier where the cars ahead were a little bit under speed and the cars there behind were caught off a little battling each other and found themselves running into the back of those cars ahead. Unfortunate for Constantine and especially Thomas there, who had a great race going for the both of them, and losing multiple positions there.
You hate to see it.
While that was happening, Colin has put in a 1 second gap on Josh Arnold, and so he's got his head down. He's chasing Jason Allen. He's not improved on Jason Allen though. He's not made ground there. So Jason has also started saying, you know what? I don't have my teammate holding him off. I need to push.
Allen probably had the privilege of being able to nurse his tires a little bit, having that big of a gap, and now he's going to have to wear his tires a little bit more with Colin breathing down his neck every lap.
Let's see here what battles we've got going on. Formiggle's looking like he's going to put a move on Foster.
He
That
will.
happened pretty easily.
Eats up the Porsche on the straight.
That you want to talk about the BMW being slow? The Porsche is just as slow as the BMW on those straights.
I think it's the slowest car on the straight, to be honest. It looks so pathetic as the Audi rips past it, waving gallantly as it drives by.
We were talking about how Colin Shea was pulling a gap on Joshua Arnold, and as we were saying that, Jose Toledo is pulling up right behind him, closing that gap down to 0.3 of a second. Arnold might be under pressure here of losing another position, falling to P4.
So here's the thing. Arnold can afford to lose pretty much all the positions this race. He's just fighting for glory right now, just for pride. But everyone else is fighting for positions, so they're going to be really hungry to get past Arnold.
There we are. Pit window opens here with 35 minutes left to go. We'll have to see if anybody dips in early and goes for an undercut strategy here as they follow this closely behind. Might try to make the pass through pit strategy instead of on track.
And we have to start seeing who's going to take the tires in the pit strategy or not.
So I just want to call out Ricky Rios and Will Forsling just put in their best laps of the race, and that's 13 and 14 laps in. You know, that's with worn tires and with some contact. So these guys are getting in the groove. We could see some people fight through the grid here later, especially if they're used to fighting on these older tires and are just now kind of getting into the groove of Spain. And we have two people diving in. Martinez and Hoskin are our first two in the pits.
Foster's in the pits also.
All by
Probably
Foster.
repairing quite a bit of damage, I think.
We've still got a... Oh, and... Wow, we've got a bunch of people in the pits and there's contact! Oh, no! What in the world did I just see? This is the slowest bumper cars I've ever seen. Hold on a second. We're gonna check this out really quick.
Oh, on the main screen here, Toledo does send it up past Arnold and takes the podium position for P3 there.
Check the picture-in-picture really quick if you are looking. We're gonna see the slowest bumper cars. What is that Audi doing? He's like stopping. Oh, and then he doesn't go. What? Oh, a true accordion down in the pit entry where 4 cars contact each other. You hate to see that kind of stuff.
Pit entry is an element that a lot of people fail to practice, and it sneaks up on you when you're under all this adrenaline and pressure in the midst of a race. You got to dial it in, and it clearly shows there a lack of practice.
Doug, can I bring up my soapbox really quick? Do you have a minute?
You bring it out enough. Go ahead and whip that thing out.
I mean, you know, this whole league is basically my soapbox because I just, you know, get on and just go on about random things. But anyways, we have a practice race Monday nights. There is a clear difference between the people that show up to the practice race every single Monday and the people that don't and just do some, you know, hot laps every once in a while. The people that practice and take it seriously, you don't see them messing up the pits. You don't see them not hitting drive. I mean, you see them make those mistakes in the practice race, but then when it comes down to the real thing, you don't see them starting in the wrong engine map. Like they get all those things out of the way in the practice race. And then here comes the real race, and then boom, they're on top of it, and they don't make those tiny mistakes we were talking about earlier on in the broadcast.
Everyone except Damiani, I would agree with that. Yeah, 100%. Damiani manages to make mistakes in both, but everyone else.
Damiani will make every mistake out there and do it again, just to show you that he knows how to make mistakes.
Much love for Damiani. No shots fired. But yeah, I couldn't agree more. We, as a community, want to create the most conducive and competitive racing possible, and we offer many elements of practice. One being a half practice race to practice your pit stops and strategies and whatnot. As we see Alan have a little bit of a moment there. He's able to keep driving on, but that's going to compromise his gap to the cars behind. But practice makes perfect is what they say, and we love to be a community of learning and teaching, and come out. We would love to continue to grow together.
Hartman just put in the fastest lap of the race. I echo everything you say, Doug. I just want to make sure we called that out. In this lap 15, so he's getting in the groove. And Daihi and Toledo are now within a second of each other.
A ghost has appeared in the chat. Justin Burridge saying, "I feel attacked. I think he's taking some personal offense to the lack of practice recently, but we're glad to see him back in the community and active again after his hiatus for half the season."
No, I think I ended up making contact with Justin when I was trying to go into the pits last night after I had major suspension damage. So, I don't think Justin should feel attacked. That was not because of lack of practice. That was all me.
That was a lack of common sense.
On my part.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
It's easy to throw stones in the commentator's booth, but our booth is made of glass.
Evan, what happened to Colin Shea and was it Alan that we were watching that battle?
Colin Shea and Joshua Arnold, they have both elected to pit early, as we see the top 6, as we see here, Jason Allen's diving into the pits. The top 6 are still yet to pit.
All right, I'm going to keep the camera on Colin Shea. I want to see how close he comes out to to Alan. I mean, that's the battle we're all watching, right? I mean, did Alan look like he went in, he nailed it all, or?
He nailed it, but he was a little bit ginger on the brakes, so he definitely lost a couple seconds to someone who had a more efficient stop than him.
So Colin, Shay, and Alan were what, 5 seconds? Evan? Were they about 5 seconds apart?
It had extended to, I believe, 7 at the time, but we will have to keep an eye on that on pit exit there.
All right, well, we've got Colin Shay coming down the straight. Where is Alan? Alan is coming into turn 1 now. Colin Shay is still behind him, but there's a 2-second gap now. Colin was able to close that gap. Oh, the race is on, everybody. The race is on, not only for this race, but the championship. Not P1 in the championship. Josh Arnold has pretty much got that secured. But P6 in the championship is on the line. And honestly, with a win, these boys could end up being P4, maybe even P3, depending on how the cookie crumbles, as they say. G-Test, Hoskin, and Schaefer all putting in their fastest laps on P16. I mean, that's just incredible. These guys are just now getting into the groove, putting in their fastest laps. I can tell you last night, Doug, I didn't put in any fast laps. But I can tell you most people put in their fastest laps on like the first 5 or 10 laps and they were done. Tires are gone.
You're not wrong there. Evan, can we get a good cam of this battle between Jose and Formigal? Jose started from the pit lane, mind you. Him being up in P12 fighting for P11 is incredible.
Has he already pit? It does look like it. So yeah, this is a battle on track.
Close to Formigal.
So Dahey and Jess Osborne are going long. Those are the only 2 of your leaders that have yet to pit, and I believe they will have to pit this lap. So they will be pitting together.
Guzman is making his presence known there on the inside.
Yeah, Audi's able to stretch its legs on the straights, but yeah, Jose is not shy about putting his nose in when he can. And it's looking like it's freaking Formigal out a little bit, but he's away for now.
You know, I heard the AMs in the practice race were saying Louis Formigal had gotten some good pace and had gotten faster, or he'd hired professional to remote into his rig to put in a fast lap in our time trial leaderboard. So one of those 2 things is true. And I guess we'll find out with this battle which one it was. Oh, Formigal going wide.
Yeah, that might be a track cut there for Formigal as he's getting so much pressure here from Guzman. Tucking into that slipstream. Wow. That gap is extending quick.
That's what happens when you don't have a ballast. That's the difference between the Arnold battle and this battle. Arnold had a ballast and the McLaren was pulling on him. Formigal doesn't, and without the slipstream was pulling on him. Oh no, what happened to Hartman? Oh, he just lost it. Just lost it all on his own.
Oh, here we go, Guzman.
Side by side.
Who will back out here?
Neither.
Oh boy.
Neither, I'm telling you. They're both hungry for points, but Jose's looking like the better of the 2 at the moment. Has the better racing line. But I promise you, if Formigal's close enough, that McLaren's going to get eaten up on the straight again, so Formigal just needs to stay close. Jose just looks braver on the brakes.
Everyone, I think Jess and Dahey both got around Josh Arnold in the pits. And now they are battling on track. You've got that down in your picture-in-picture for those watching on stream.
The strategy to go long pays dividends in this circumstance.
We'll see. Oh, Audi is flying off the track. Where did Formigal go? Oh,
Formigal act like freaking ET and just took off, bro.
He disconnected. He's gone. He's gone.
He disconnected, but
He disconnected. Oh no!
That was a perfect kill.
Oh.
I was wondering if that Audi was gonna pull back on the straight, and he never made it there. He took a detour into the stands there and out of the server. Unfortunately for Miggle, that was shaping up to be a good battle there with Guzman. But yeah, I mean, Guzman's probably looking in the rear view there and wondering where the Audi went. I can't believe that. That looks that looks pretty crazy.
I'm literally
Well, Guzman's here left alone in broad daylight there. We'll jump on here with the battle. Hoskins catching up to Martinez here ahead for a battle for P16.
Currently the only battle that's within a second. We've got Will Forslane, who is chasing down Gavin Thomas, and Jess Osborne chasing down Daehee Yoon. They're all flirting with the second, but not quite there. Oh man, well, Doug is over there sobbing because he really liked Formigal and was so sad to see him go. That's why he's crying. He was not laughing at his misfortune. He would never do such a thing.
I've collected myself for the most part. Yes, that is 100% true. Formigal said, "I'm gonna take off on this straight," and quite literally did so.
Golly.
Boys, that was epic. Sorry, Formigal, for your bad luck, but thanks for the content. My goodness. We will be happy to see you in the race 1 of season 3.
Yes, we will.
All that being said, Jose's got some clear air in front of him to start building back into the top 10. After starting in the pins, that's a remarkable performance.
Yeah. Luis Formigal just posted in the Discord. That is so frustrating. I lost connection.
There's nothing more frustrating than that. No fault of your own, it just eyes on you.
Yeah, that stinks, man. I hate to see that.
Oskin looking at a move. Who is braver?
They've been giving each other space. This has been a very respectful battle. These guys are swapping positions, and they're having a good time, I can tell you.
Can you guys fondly remember when Hoskin joined the Discord at the beginning of the season? How new he was to sim racing, and now look at him. Battling on track with mutual respect and pace, and it's awesome to see. Again, another testament to just grinding at the practice server and really committing time in the seat, and I'm really proud of his progression throughout the season.
Gotta love a good success story. Love seeing new racers join our Discord and really hone in on their skills and practice, and when it pays off on race night, there's nothing better.
So, Evan, I want to talk to you about a hypothetical.
Go ahead.
All right. So you know how Josh Arnold is in the lead by a lot, right?
Yes.
And P2 is Daehee Yoon, right?
Yes.
79 points away. And Daehee Yoon, I'm sorry, is an admin, right?
That is correct.
Okay. What would you say if all of a sudden Josh Arnold disconnected from the server and everybody let Daehee Yoon by so that way he could win the race and win the championship? Do you think that is a likely scenario here?
Unlikely, but now that you say it, it is possible.
I know, I have seen something like that in the past.
You know, there are crazier conspiracy theories out there.
You know, I saw something like that around 24 hours ago. So, you might see something like that tonight. So we might see the ship actually change hands.
If Daehee was a smart admin, he wouldn't need to come in first, second, or third. He could even get fourth to really sell it, you know? There's 85-point difference for fourth. And then miraculously, someone doesn't score points on accident calculatedly. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All I know is that as an admin, and I don't have to change the emojis next to my name, that's one less task for me. I'm a very happy camper.
I don't know, Evan. Are you a happy camper?
You can put me in the sad camper group there.
Sad camper.
Not on board
We're
with that one.
Joining camps though. We share marshmallows and s'mores though. It's a really friendly environment despite.
All right, let me pull up the championship standings really quick. I know we got we got a couple of battles. They're not quite close, but that could change any moment, so we'll keep them on screen. But just kind of pull up who's close. Jose and Jess are really close, and they are. Jess Osborne is a couple positions ahead of Jose Toledo, and that would cause Jose Toledo to lose P3 in the championship. So Jess is, I think Jess's main goal is just to beat Jose. If he can beat Daihi, that'd be even better.
Oh! Just makes a dive.
Whoa.
I don't know if that was lack of control over his car or something, but Jose Toledo is very lucky to be alive right now.
That was very dangerous. Lucky for everyone involved there that nobody ended up finding themselves sideways on the track there, and they all maintain the proper lines there. Yeah, that was very strange. The yellow Audi braking very late up the inside there.
We've seen some much smaller contacts lead to
here's an accident into turn 1. We've got F. Martinez leaving the pits, joining a three-way battle, and he goes long and deep. And then he comes back and he spins it. So let's see here. So back to what I was talking about earlier. Jess needs to beat Jose, and he's doing that. If Jess can beat Daihi, he'll take another position. Daihi needs to beat Jose and Jess to secure P2. Where is Kyle Turner? Oh, Kyle Turner is off being a new dad. Can we get a shout out in the chat for Kyle Turner and his new son? Oh, we just saw Gavin Thomas go long and deep, just like Kyle Turner did 10 months ago.
Oh my god!
When he was racing in another league. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the race he had 10 months ago. Where Kyle definitely finished where he wanted to finish. So we're gonna keep on looking at the championship order. And let's see, Colin, Shea, Jason Allen obviously separated by 4 points. They're in a close battle. Guzman and Hartman are in a close battle. Let's see. I'm sorry, Carlos Guzman and Paula Hartman are in a close battle, but Carlos Guzman is way down in the bottom. He might lose a spot to Hartman tonight. And
Duran
Rimzig.
in the chat saying, Duran in the chat saying, "Wow, I share your sentiment. That was something else."
What was something else?
Your very courageous comment on the Wonder Bread's superstar Kyle Turner. Clearly, he didn't zip tie the bread bag, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's not a twist tie type of guy, right? When he put things up, he doesn't, seal it. So we got Allen. I just want to circle back to the battle on the front. Jason Allen is pulling a gap on Colin Shea. Dom, I don't know what I said. I was referring purely to racing. And Doug with the double down.
And very sneakily here, Jose Toledo, who already held the fastest lap, has just put in an even faster lap with a 45.5, over 2 seconds faster than anybody's previous lap in the field right now. He is cooking his way up towards Josh Damiani ahead. There is a 3.9 second gap, but at 2 seconds a lap, he might find himself on Damiani here in a few laps with 15 minutes here left in the race.
With the amount of time that Damiani has made up in this race from starting in the pits. He should be in P1, 10 seconds ahead. But
Yeah, 45.5 with race pace. I think Jose might have taken tires. That's the only way he's popping out like faster times on lap 24. Like that's definitely a guy who took tires.
It has to
every
be.
time we've looked at Toledo, he's been battling though. So maybe he was taking some defensive lines, and now that he's got some space, he's able to really kind of get in the groove. But yeah,
45.5 is pole, isn't that? No. Yeah, that's pole. That was a pole time, wasn't it? Let me look at qualifying really quick. Qualifying best. Who started on pole? Jason?
So Jason Allen.
No, these are all last times. These aren't qualifying times.
If I remember, I think pole time was somewhere around a 45.2.
All right, you wanna know who took tires? Jason Allen took tires. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. That's not right. Let me see.
He's in P1. There's no shot that he took tires.
Toledo, Rios both took tires.
Okay.
Will Forsling, Rimzik both took tires. Hoskin, Gtesh both took tires. Martinez took tires. Schaefer took tires. Meyer took tires. And Formigel took tires. So right now your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. None of them took tires. So Toledo definitely took tires. He is chasing everybody down right now. The battle with Rimzik and Will Forsling, both on fresh tires. That's your battling with your picture-in-picture. That's for P13 right now. Will is 23 seconds behind the guy in front, but he's got somebody on his tail. Oh, and he goes long. Oh no. Gonna be a lot closer here in a second. Oh, and Rimzik goes off track. Fun fact about Rimzik, he has raced in every single SRA race, along with your 3 hosts tonight.
I have missed one race.
Oh, you're right. You're not a nerd.
I'm not the sweaty boy like we talked about a couple weeks back. Just the likes of Evan, Kim, and Tyler James.
To be honest, I've actually forgotten what grass feels like. All right, Rimzik putting a move on Will Forsling down in your picture-in-picture.
Will Forsling representing the Sith Racing Apprentices with Alex Daniel out for the week.
Yeah, no teammate this week is probably why we see Will down in P14 now, as he just loses that position. You know how the Sith like to work in twos, and if he had his teammate, I'm sure they'd be actually fighting for podiums, but...
Or killing each other, like the Sith
Or
like to do.
killing each other. Let's hop back on board with Jess Osborne and Josh Arnold. They're within a second of each other. We've entered the stage of the race where it's now the last couple of people fighting for positions, and then it's all about not screwing up. Is really what it comes down to. Evan, how do you stay concentrated? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Doug.
Well, I was going to say, you know what makes it really hard to not screw up in the last 10 minutes of the race? Really bad tires.
Well, I'll give my anecdote from last night. With about 12 minutes left in the race, I'm coming down the front straight, sitting in P2. If the only way I could possibly ruin my race was if I did it to myself. Plenty of space in front, plenty of space in behind. I gave myself 3 slaps on the forehead and said, if you're gonna do it, don't make it right now. Do it in any other race but right now. And I put my head down, kept racing, looked back at the time, only 2 minutes had passed. I'm like, I thought the race would be, I felt like time was going in slow motion there. And yeah, towards the end of this race, your focus is drained. It feels like you've been at it for absolutely forever. And any little trick that you can find to keep your head in it, you need to pull it out right now, as these tires for everybody here except Toledo, who has finally caught up to Damiani with 9 minutes to go. Those that haven't taken tires, they got to find a way to keep a cool head and keep their focus here. Damiani's going to be under a lot of pressure by Toledo with this fresh tires.
Yeah, you would definitely want to...
Oh,
go ahead.
Toledo, I think he tried to push those fresh tires a little too hard there and found himself pushing wide in turn 1 and sacrificing a little bit of that progress he had made on Damiani.
Yeah.
You just be patient, let the tires do the talking.
Keep
I
your
would
head
video
down.
proof of Evan Kim smacking himself in the forehead 3 times, though.
I definitely want to see that.
You can take my word for it. I towards the end, I felt my focus starting to trying to slip away on me a little bit, and slap yourself a couple times, and it's almost like splashing the cold water on your face in the mornings, a little wake up, and yeah, any little trick you can find, you got to pull it out.
So, I agree with you. You need to keep your head down, keep pushing it, and sometimes you'll pull out, sometimes you won't. But you'll just have to deal with consequences later. Sometimes it's the next lap, sometimes it's 10 months.
Yep.
I
And
knew it was coming.
you know who else knew it was coming? Miss Turner. And
Oh.
as we
That's
look
enough
on,
out of you.
Doug, can you tell us how you were able to snag? You were focused. You were laser focused. In fact, you had 2 overtakes at the later stages in the race. I mean, tell us your strategies of being able to stay that focused to where you could get by 2 of your fellow competitors. I mean, I need to hear more about this.
So basically, I'm in the zone, right? I'm dialed in. I'm hitting apexes. I'm screaming around the track. And I'm working with my team behind the scenes to, maybe throw some PayPal money at some different drivers, to take each other out so I can catch a couple positions to win the championship. I might be doing that, but yeah, I'm definitely not smacking myself in the forehead a couple times. That's a new trade secret. As we take a weird line, what looks like on the stream there, I don't know what that was. Yeah, I might need to pick that up, Evan, to smack myself in the forehead. It looks like Damiani's disconnected. Like, I don't know.
No!
He's gone. Formiggle went into the sky. Damiani goes subterranean.
Oh, that is so sad. Oh, with only 6 minutes left, and we know Damiani has had unfortunate runs in almost every week this season, and you can add that one to that tally in our final race here. He will be absolutely just disappointed with I don't know if that was an internet cutout, a game crash.
You know what happened? He said to the season, "Hasta la vista."
Stop it. Evan, I'm convinced that Tyler's horrible race yesterday caused him to have an aneurysm.
Yeah, Tyler's brain is doing something right now.
It's fried.
Will Forslane is within a tenth of. They've got traffic. That's why. Oh, they've got the leaders coming through.
Get out of the way, boys.
That is.
Oh,
this is gonna cause some mischief.
We've got Colin Shea who's chasing down Allen, who's like, "Oh yes, get caught behind the blue flags in the corners where they can't move out of the way." Oh, this could play into Colin's hands. He's got 2.5 seconds gap between Jason Allen. Golly. You know, someone screwed me up earlier on in the race.
There's someone in the chat screaming Josh Allen.
Yeah, Damiani just hopped in the chat to say desync for the second time this race.
Oh.
Second time. Oh, that's what happened. That's why he started in the pits.
Oh.
His outlap. Oh
It's
man.
all coming together now. The maths are adding up.
Damiani, you need to speak to your sponsors and pay your internet bill. My guy. Got to keep the lights on and the internet going. The internet flowing.
Damiani, I will sponsor you to fly down to my home, one of my many homes, I should add, and use one of my many rigs in one of my many offices to race on race day, because you need it.
Doug, do you remember at Spain in our preseason race for season 1? And I qualified on pole. I qualified on pole, and then my internet cut out here. And we had the setting to where you couldn't rejoin mid-race.
And you were just sitting there, pouting, while we were racing around.
Literally in shock.
Can I remind you of our first endurance race we did together?
Where you were in the lead and your internet cut out? Oh man, guys. This is
2.5 hours in.
Reliability is something you need to invest your experience points in to on your characters. We got some battles coming back to us the later stages of the race. Constantine, Will Forslane, Gavin Thomas, Martinez, all got battles on track. Evan, who are you gonna watch? You're gonna watch Constantine?
I'm on Constantine. He was doing a shake and bake move down that backstretch, trying to confuse Jose Guzman ahead, but Guzman sticking to his lines. He pushes deep there in the last chicane. We'll see if Constantine has a run down into turn 1 here.
Evan, I'm going to be like Taylor Carter and say, give me the hood cam!
Okay, I got you.
Give it to me!
Oh, Constantine has closed the gap. He's neck and neck with them. Why does it say 0-10s for me?
Because they're side by side, brother. Here's like
Someone else just lose connection? We just lost somebody else, boys. I don't know who we just lost, but everybody just gained 4 positions automatically from the bottom back of the grid.
Constantine gets a move done on Jose, but Jose's going to be hungry to get it back. I bet you he dives in this braking zone.
Oh my God, they are battling. Your picture-in-picture is the battle between Jess Osborne and Jose Toledo. I'm sorry, Jess Osborne and Josh Arnold. Sorry.
Jason Allen. How far ahead is he?
I just want to, Osborne is only 6 tenths ahead. Jason Allen and Colin Shea, there's 2 seconds between them. We are a minute and a half left in the race. I do not think we will have 2 more laps. As long as, I mean, if I was Allen, I would just take it super easy because you've got a 2-second gap. You don't want to spin it in the last couple of laps, last 2 laps of the race.
A lot can happen on the last lap, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yep, you could win an entire championship because 2 people decide to just pull off and let you by on the last lap of the race.
My eyes
no fault of your own.
My eyes are getting wet from talking like that.
Imagine driving the perfect race, putting it in P2, and doing everything you need to do, and then to know that all your hard work was just forfeited by 2 guys saying, you know what, I'm just going to stop racing before we finish the last lap. Imagine that, Evan. Imagine that. Imagine it.
It's a heartbreaker. It's hard to imagine. It's a heartbreaker.
Well, it looks like our last battle on track right now for position is between Arnold and Osborne. They are going for it.
Evan, show us Allen so we can see him where he's at, if he's going to cross. He did cross the line, so we're going to have 1 more full lap here with 5 seconds left.
No way. He had to cross the line, yeah, because there's only a 2-second gap.
This is where all the marbles. You can see Colin Shea in the rearview mirror. He's there, lurking.
He is there. He's able to see Allen ahead. Starting to close that gap. Was 2 seconds. He's bringing it down into that 1.5 range.
lot can happen in a half a lap.
It can.
Josh Arnold and Osborne are fighting. They are within 2/10 of each other right now. You might want to hop on board here, and we'll keep an eye on the gaps.
We're on board with this battle. Tyler, cover the leaders as they cross the line here.
Cover the leaders, yep.
Oh, that was going to be a lot faster than the Beamer on that straight.
Allen is still a second and a half ahead coming into the last 3 corners. He's going to have it as long as he doesn't spin. Yep, he's taking it real easy. Oh, he taking it easy. He's like, I am not going to touch a curb. I'm going to ease my way to it, and he is going to win the race. Way to go, Jason Allen. Colin Shea right behind him in P2. Jason is able to beat his main rival for the race. What an end to the season for those two. The day he finishes with another podium, P3, for his last ever AM race. And I think this will be Allen.
Yeah, Jess Osborne keeps Arnold at bay for P4 and subsequently P5.
You know, these top 6, I think, are going to... the top 6 are probably going to be moving on to the pro season next year. They're having fun after the race.
Ricky Rios.
No, what happened to Ricky Rios? Oh, he spun!
Get it back, get it back.
Oh, he's got a 5-second gap to the guy behind him. He's still good.
He does. That's a scary moment there, though. Thankfully,
you hate to see that kind of stuff.
Yes, thankfully gets it back on track and has enough of a gap to work with over Hartman behind here.
The gold SRA smoke from the fans pluming from the stands. They paid a lot of money to watch this finale. Look at all those happy pixels.
And catching our last 2 drivers on track here, Constantine bringing home a top 10, and Jose Guzman, who had the start from the pit lane, brings it home in P11. Wow, what a race, guys.
What a race. What a race. What a race. Let's go ahead and complete the championship so we can see the final results. I'll do that. We've got some drivers in the cooldown room, Doug. Or Evan.
Who do you want to talk to first? We have...
We can bring them all in as far as I'm concerned.
Party commences. All right.
Go to 7. Hello.
Dahi, congratulations on the P3 finish here to finish out the season. You showed incredible pace there and good battles on track and found yourself in another podium spot. How are you feeling after that finish?
I feel very good. I mean, as you saw in the quali, they were very competitive for the top spot today. So my plan was just to conserve tires as much as possible and try to make it to the end. I'm checking my tire wear right now. My left tires are at 2.00, so it was gone.
Well done on the tire management.
2.00.
that is a lot of wear, but yeah, keeping in mind that those tires are wearing and managing an hour-long race on this very hot track, that's well done and a podium well earned. Were you in the chat with Damiani when he had his mishap and disconnected with the server?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I think his new computer has some issues with the wireless internet. So that seems to be the cause of all the mishaps. Very sad to see.
Very sad.
Qualified so well as well.
Yeah.
I did
have a great recovery race. Yeah. All for naught.
I saw that Haas was bringing upgrades to this Barcelona race. Oh, I hope it doesn't compromise the reliability like it does this race.
Yeah, they need to check up on their QC.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways,
Sure.
very happy with the P3 finish. I don't know where I finished overall, but it was a great, fun season for me.
P2, Dahi, you finished. You
Let's
you
go.
held off on the second position.
Aha, great.
Good work, sir.
I can join Evan in glory of P2.
Oh.
You're gonna make him cry. We've already made him cry a couple times on stream, Davey. Kill the
Oh,
man.
sorry.
That one stung a little bit, but there is something to be celebrated there. That's a excellent finish on the season, and yeah, well earned and well driven every week from Udehi, fighting through adversity, and yeah, still finding yourself in a P2 spot. That's well done.
Colin. P2 this race, you were chasing down. Jason. What a race, man! You had to fight through the pack a little bit to get to that spot.
Yeah, man, it was a fun race. It was awesome. Props to Alan. I put in a lot of work for this race, so I'm happy with P2. But he really showed up today and saw the back of his car the whole race.
He needed to beat you to hold on to P5 in the championship and to keep you in P6. That was quite a last race for you, and his teammate played an integral part into that. I mean, you were behind Arnold for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of the race.
Yeah. Yep. Got stuck behind Arnold. He was running well. He was running fast, and I don't know. It was hard. I was getting a little frustrated because I didn't want to wear my tires down too much, because I still wanted to chase after. But it ended up working out. Got the P2 and then stuck with it. So.
Colin, your contribution in today's race helped the Monroe gang, your team with Rimzik, secure P2 in the team standings. So congratulations.
Go.
Oh, you beat Hostel La Vista! Oh my goodness! I didn't even see that, Doug.
Damiani's disconnection caused him a huge loss of points. Otherwise, Hostel La Vista had the P2 on lockdown, but his disconnection only allowed Dahi to score today, which caused a surge in points for Monroe gang. So P2 sniped at the very end.
Way to go, Colin. I mean, I know that
Thank you, everybody.
that's a huge win on for today's race for sure.
Can I give a couple shout outs to people?
Absolutely.
Cool. So I want to shout out everybody I race with, everybody in my little group chat that I race with, Schaefer, Hesham, Paule, and Victor, who helps me out and does my race engineering for me. And then everybody in SRA to make this happen. This is a lot of fun. Really great to secure a podium. Everybody should put in the work and get up here. Race.
I forgot Monroe had the legendary coach of Victor Diaz, who's rapid. So it's no
Hall of
surprise to
Fame
see you up there.
coach. Hall of
No
Fame
surprise. No surprise there.
They pulled him out of retirement, no less.
coach.
I know. That's awesome to hear. Dahi, I'm sorry for you to hear that heartbreak on the broadcast that you lost P2 in the team championship.
No comment.
But he gets
That's
bronze in the team and silver in the team in the drivers championship. So he's got a couple medals. I think he'll be fine wiping the tears away with some bronze and silver later.
Now, let's talk to our race winner, Jason Allen. What a race, man. What a weekend, man. You qualified pole and you drove away from it from the get-go.
I've been doing this thing in the previous other races where I shatter my personal best in qualifying and then I get super nervous. I feel like I finished at 4th in the last 3 races, so I really wanted this podium. And I think that previous experience really helped me sort of calm down on the first lap. I need to give a lot of credit to my teammate champion Josh. He held Colin back at the beginning and sort of allowed me to get settled in. But whew.
He had a wide Audi, but man, you got your first ever win tonight, man. Isn't that I mean, please tell me you're as excited as I got when I got my first. I was like shaking, like I was like screaming. I was like, let's go.
So this is my first win in any lobby, period. So I am I'm pretty tired. I'm over the moon right now. I can't stop smiling. So
in a league race as competitive as ours, you got your first ever win. That's a lot, man. That's incredible.
I am beyond excited. My ankle really hurts, so I'm probably not going to race for a bit. But this is one of my favorite days probably of racing here. My other favorite days, Colin and I had a great battle at Masano previously, so I was really happy to see that he finished in second. He deserves a good finish this season as well. So.
Colin, we interviewed. Sorry, Evan. Colin, we interviewed Jason before the race started, and he said my one goal, beat Colin, and he had to drive to P1 in order to do that. So you pushed him definitely for that win. He owes you that.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was my same goal too. So that's sort of props to him, man. He showed up, made it happen for himself.
Go ahead, Evan.
I was gonna say, yeah, well driven from both of you guys and putting on a great show with the gap staying close the whole race. And yeah, that was just awesome racing from the two of you, showing plenty of pace, and both of you great improvements over the course of the entire season, finding yourself in position to get promoted up to a higher division year for season 3. So congratulations to both of you guys on a fantastic season, and you, Dahi, as well, for the second place finish in the championship in P3 tonight. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I shout some people out really quick?
Go ahead.
Really quick. I want to shout out Josh. He helped me with the setup. He helped me hold Colin back. He also made us the best looking cars on the grid. One other thing I want to shout out, the Josh Allen fan club. I feel your energy. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so thanks everyone.
The hype squad was real.
Wait. Explain. Is the Josh Allen fan club a fan of your team? Is that what it was? Because I was like, wait, Josh Allen. It's Josh Arnold and Jason Allen.
I think they're referencing the NFL quarterback Josh Allen, but it also works, and we're gonna slap Josh Allen on our car somewhere next year.
Oh,
so.
that makes sense.
Buffalo Bill squad. Who knew?
Yeah, you guys need a Bill themed team next year for sure.
Yeah, we'll throw some stuff on there.
So guys, we talked a lot about the Monroe gang in P2 for the team championship and Hostel Vista in P3. The Flying Aces were in P1, taking the gold by a healthy margin with 1,249 points.
Wow.
And you know who's on the Flying Aces? We've talked to Alan. The man who's put the team on his back all season long, Arnold, takes the Drivers' Championship with 657 points. Over 50-point difference from Dahi in P2. We got him in the box too. Arnold, tell us about your season, man. What a monumental performance.
Yeah, it's been a real fun season. You know, I gotta shout out my teammate as well. You know, he was there along the entire way too. So, yeah, couldn't be more proud. I love that we finished in the team championship first as well. So, you know, it just felt like a really good season. And props to all the challenges as well. Dahi, you know, you kept the pressure on the entire time, and everyone else. And Jess, in this race specifically, man, that was good stuff. It was tough trying to get past you. Just couldn't do it. So good job.
I'm literally soaking wet. I
Yeah.
might need to take a shower. That was the hardest defense I've ever had to put up.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
And I'm just glad it worked out because I knew you had pace on me. I had to keep the job, keep it clean.
Yeah, no, good job, man.
Well, Jess, you needed those points because you just held off Jose Toledo by 5 points.
I can't
5
believe it.
points for the podium finish this year.
I knew it was going to be close. I didn't realize it was going to be that position on track, that lap. It's close. Yeah, I'm just super happy about it. I've been trying really hard. And for the season's been really good to me. It helps that I think I got a P2 start on the first race, and I think a P3 later, and I've just been pretty consistent about it, which has kept me in the first 3 spots through the whole through the championship until last week, and which is when I thought, well, game over. All the people who I know are faster than me have put in enough races, but it just came together for me this time because Toledo and yeah, I just finished in front of the people I needed to. Oh, I'm tired. Did I say I'm tired?
It's all that adrenaline pumping through your veins, brother. But congratulations on securing a podium in P3 for the Drivers' Championship. And your team, Evoke Racing, did pretty well also, all things considered, finishing.
Yeah, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I think I carried the team kind of single-handedly. To P5, it's not bad.
No, absolutely. We saw the drivers lineup for Evoke actually change halfway through the season, swapping over to a new driver and still managing to finish well up there in the team championship, and a personal performance for you as well. That's that's another well-earned celebratory moment there for you and the team. And yeah,
Thanks, man.
congratulations, you're on a good finish here in season 2.
Looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely.
Are you looking forward to the next one? Because you know what the
I
next
am.
one
Whatever
is, right?
happens. Whatever
You-
happens.
oh,
I'm
whatever
ready for
happens.
it.
Let me give you a spoiler. Definitely Josh Arnold, Daehee, Yoon, and Jess Osborne are definitely moving to the pro league. We can officially make that announcement because we said from the get-go that the podium finishers will move to Division 1 next year. So you'll be in Pro-Am next year. And we have some more promotions that will be on the way. We'll make an announcement tomorrow after we've uploaded all the data, and we base the next promotions based off the SRA rating, which is an awesome part of our league. So if you're part of the league, stay tuned for an announcement tomorrow to see the rest of the promotions.
Yeah, looking forward
And,
to having these guys up in a higher division. We've seen this season they're able to drive up to the competition and, you know, pushing each other further and further, getting better each week, and moving up next season. That's only going to make them better on top of what they've already achieved this season. So yeah, really looking forward to driving with you all come season 3.
Well, Evan, I think that's all we have for tonight. And so thanks for everybody that's participated in season 2 with both the pros and the AMs for the Sim Racing Alliance. It's been an amazing year. I couldn't have imagined this good of racing in both divisions when we started, and the participation in both leagues has been incredible. I am excited for the things to come and the growth that we've had and all the cool things we've been able to bring to the league. We've had some great people from the community like, hey, I know how to do this. Can I pitch in and do that? And I welcome that every single week or every single time someone says that. And so it's been awesome, and I've had a great time helping broadcast the AM races. I know we're gonna need more help next season broadcasting both the AM and pro races. So if you're watching this, you're like, I'd like to participate in that, please reach out. But I think this will be our signing off for season 2. Doug, do you have anything you want to say?
I'm just so proud of what we've been able to do, and I can't wait for season 3. Lots of content in the off season, so stay tuned. And for anyone watching and not part of SRA, we're here with open arms. Come on down.
All right, everybody. Well, I'm Tyler James. You have Douglas Mitchell and Evan Kim also broadcasting this week, and we're signing off until season 3, which will start in 2 weeks. So please hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel so you will be notified next time we go live. Take care, everyone.